Okay, related rates, example number 2. Lightning McQueen and Mater start driving from the same intersection. All right, so we're going to draw a diagram. So we need a point of intersection, so they're going to start right here. McQueen travels south, so we know that south is going to be down. Okay, so that's traveling south. That's McQueen. He's traveling south. He's traveling at 100 miles per hour. Again, miles per hour is a rate. All right, so this length right here needs a length variable. I'm going to give it y. And it also needs a rate of change variable. So I'm going to give that dy dt. Now remember, that's the same as y prime. We're just using Leibniz notation. All right, so that rate of change is 100. We know that is 100. So that's McQueen. He's going south at 100 miles per hour. Okay, now the next thing we have is Mater is traveling east. All right, we know that east is to the right. So that's east. All right, so we need two variables. We need a length variable, x, and we need a rate variable, x prime, but we're going to use dx dt. All right, and we know that he's traveling east at 55 miles per hour. Again, miles per hour. That tells you that that is the dx dt, that is the rate, that is not the length, x. So dx dt is 55. All right, now we want to know what is the rate. Again, it's asking us for a rate. What is the rate? The distance between them is changing after 2 hours. So the distance between them is right here. All right, so we have made a right triangle. So this length right here, again, needs two variables. I'm just going to call it z for the length, and I'm going to need dz dt, the rate of change that is changing. All right, so that's your first step. Sketch everything out. Second step, let's organize the information. All right, what is given to us? All right, well, we were given dy dt is 100, the rate of change on the left side of our triangle. We were given that dx dt is 55, the top of our triangle. We were also given the time. Any number up here, I see 100, I see 55, I see 2. So we were given 2 hours. All right. Is there anything we're going to find? We're going to come back to that. But what is the question asking us for? All right. What is the question asking us for? It's asking us at what rate is the distance between them changing. So this is our unknown right here. This is what we're trying to find. dz dt. All right. Now, one thing to keep in mind, remember, if your original function is increasing, this length is increasing as he drives to the east. This length is increasing. That means that the derivative is positive. This is the derivative. It's positive 55. Same thing here. This side length is increasing as McQueen drives south, so our derivative is positive 100. If your function is increasing, the derivative is positive. If your function is decreasing, the length is decreasing, then your derivative would be negative. Okay, third step, we need a equation. Well, what equation do we have that relates the sides of a right triangle? That's good old Pythagorean's theorem. X squared plus y squared is equal to z squared. If you remember, the side lengths, the legs of the right triangle are right here. The hypotenuse, the side across from the right angle, is always over here. So that's the third step, find the equation. The fourth step is just to take the derivative of that. All right, remember, for every single variable, you have to use the chain rule. Okay, the derivative of x squared using the chain rule is 2x x prime, implicit differentiation, but we're going to use Leibniz notation, so that would be 2x dx dt. Remember, this is not a fraction, it's just a symbol for derivative. Then we keep going. The derivative of y squared using the chain rule would be 2y dy dt. Remember, that's the same as 2y y prime. And then we keep going. The derivative of z squared using the chain rule would be 2z dz dt. Make sure your z's don't look like your 2's. All right, so there's our derivative. Now we can simplify that. These 2's we can all cancel out. All right? So now the fifth step is to plug in what we know and solve for dz dt. All right, so the fifth step. All right, for x right here, we don't know x. The problem never gave us x, but we can find x because we're given a time. All right, whenever you're given a time, that allows you to find distances. So if you travel for 2 hours and you go 100 miles per hour, you know that you've traveled 200 miles. So we know that y is equal to 200. All right, so that's something that we can find. All right, just like we can find y, we can also find x. We know that if we're traveling for 2 hours and we travel 55 miles per hour, we know that that length has to be 110 miles. So that's something that we can find. All right, so whenever you're given a time, all right, right here, that allows you to find distances. Okay, so let's plug things in. We know that x is 110. We know that dx dt is 55. Then we keep going. We know that y is 200. We know that dy dt is 100. Now, z and dz dt, I know that I have dz dt because that's what I'm looking for. I don't have it, but that's my unknown. But I don't have z. But we can find z using Pythagorean's theorem. All right? We can do 110 squared plus 200 squared is equal to z squared. All right, so let's do that right now. We can take 110 squared plus 200 squared is equal to z squared. So we can use Pythagorean's theorem. All right, when we do all that work, we get z to be a not very fun decimal. I get 228.25. So that's an example of something that we can find. We found z, 228.25, and that was using Pythagorean's theorem. So I can plug that in right here, 228.25, and then of course I have dz dt left. All right, so there is everything plugged in. X times dx dt plus y times dy dt is equal to z times dz dt. All right, so my goal is to solve for dz dt. All right, so let's just simplify this a little bit. 110 times 55 is 6,050. Then we keep going. 200 times 100 would give us 20,000. Okay, the 228.25 will come down. And then dz dt comes down. All right, so now if I add these together, that's going to give me a fun number, 26,050 is equal to 228.25, and then we bring down dz dt again. All right, and the last thing to do is to get dz dt by itself, we just divide. All right, so we are going to divide both sides by 228.25. 228.25. I'm going to squeeze it in. So those cancel out. My dz dt is equal to, I'm getting 114.13. This is a rate of change, so that is miles per hour. A rate of change, a derivative needs a derivative variable. It is a fraction. Your y units are on top, miles. Your x units are on the bottom, miles per hour.